Chief Keef, you want zero paintball smoke.
I ain't done turning up, bitch. I ain't done turning up, bitch.
It was his birthday yesterday. He was on today's episode of Everyday Struggle as kind of a discussion topic about his influence, and that's the show on Complex with DJ Academics and Joe Budden, if you're not familiar. And this week it was Keef's influence on the game. And actually that was really interesting seeing him on that episode of The Therapist. He was talking about the gun violence in Chicago, and he was naming off all the family members he lost. And it was kind of a gut punch to hear all these names he was rattling off. He's like, yeah, I lost my brother, 3 of my cousins, I lost this guy, I lost, like all these people that were so close to him that he lost. And the fact that he kind of was able to take the fact that he had so much violence in his life growing up and able to take that and transmute it into the world of paintball, I thought was really interesting. And I remember it was like 2015 when Keef went through this huge paintball phase, and it was literally on his Instagram for like a full 6 to 8 months. All you would see was videos of him playing paintball, and he would have Colorful Moolah fly like a drone over the playing field, and then he'd put like a new snippet of music over that, and that was like his modus operandi for about 6 months. And then it just kind of abruptly stopped, which is weird because Keef always kind of goes through these cycles of obsession with something and then throwing it away. He goes through periods of being super obsessed with auto-tune, like let's say Bang 2 Almighty So, and then on something like Back from the Dead 2 there's no auto-tune at all. It's actually just his voice hitting really hard vocally, but there's no auto-tune at all. And then he brought it back for Bang 3 Part 1 and 2, and then it kind of went away again, and then he brought it back again, things like that. But not just musically, also producing his own music. He's kind of come and gone with that in terms of making beats. And then also things like paintball obsession, or he had this obsession with buying his kids mini cars that kids can drive. And then he had, when those things first came out, like the 2-wheeled hoverboard things, he was obsessed with those for a while and was posting those all the time. So he kind of goes through these hobbies and obsessions and things like that. And the last one was paintball, but like I said, in late 2015, early 2016, it kind of dropped off with all those posts randomly, which was odd as a fan following his Instagram for 6 months. It had been nothing but that, and then all of a sudden it was gone. Turns out it was because of his asthma. He had to stop. He couldn't play anymore. But I guess he still plays here and there. And on this new episode of Everyday Struggle, Joe Budden said Chief Keef wants no smoke on the paintball court. So I guess he challenged him to that. I don't know how that's going to go. I feel like Keef has pretty good aim because he's actually lived that life. I don't really know how much Joe Budden has experience in the streets, but Keef certainly does. If I remember correctly, he was arrested for shooting at a cop, so he definitely is about that life. But I thought it was a really interesting point, and it shows something about his maturity that he was able to kind of get rid of the actual violence from his life and replace it with something constructive and an interesting hobby.